joined today by several of our migrants offshore who I would say possibly have sacrificed most for New Zealand in the last 18 months to 2 years. So these are people stranded in India and several other countries who have been trying to reach out to our kind, compassionate government, just so that they can get some sort of word, some assurance that they will be allowed to come back whenever the border reopens. So we will be speaking to several of our migrants stranded offshore. They'll share their stories, their situations with you. As you all know, ever since the government announced the one-off residence visa 2021, we have, while we are very, very happy for people who are eligible. It's been a long fight, and this is victory, but partial victory. So the minute that announcement was made, our work started again. Our campaign is not quite finished. So we have been fighting for people both onshore and offshore who have been excluded from this new residence visa. And now the added pain points that offshore migrants have are that, no one's in the government, no one has said anything about their situation, their plight. It's been 18 months. And these people were in New Zealand legitimately. They were here lawfully. They had valid visas issued by Immigration New Zealand. And yet, they were caught out of New Zealand because the border suddenly closed due to the COVID pandemic. And now they remain stranded, and it is not their fault. It's nobody's fault. So, this government needs to stop punishing these migrant workers, and the least the government can do is say something. When will we bring them back? How will we bring them back? So these are the kinds of issues we have been raising throughout the last 18 months. So today with us we have, how many people have we got here? We have 10 participants so far. We are also joined by Sher Singh from Migrant Rights Network New Zealand, who has been like a solid rock throughout in the last 18 months and longer, previous campaigns as well, where we were fighting against visa processing delays. So what I'm going to do is I am going to jump right in without wasting any more time. We've got people from all over India, I can see, and other places as well. So I'm going to say that we keep the common language today English, so because India is so diverse and so big that a North Indian cannot understand a South Indian and native languages. We speak in English. So I am going to go straight up to Swarna Rajeshwari to start us off, and I will apologize in advance on her behalf that she is going to keep her camera turned off because she's rather unwell, and that's also the reason why I am letting her go first, so that she can then be at ease. So off you go, Swarna Rajeshwari.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
So I guess what I'm kind of expecting to hear from each and every one of you is when you came to New Zealand, how you came here, and what all you've been doing, whether it's studying, working, and then how you got caught out when the pandemic hit.
Yeah, so I came to NZ. I reached NZ on 24th of May 2018 as an international student.
Right.
My course started from 26. I did from Auckland University Level 7 Business Management. I finished my course within a year and then got my post-study. And then I couldn't use my post-study even for 6 months. I think I hardly used it for 4.5 months. And on March 17th, I came back to India because my mother was on ventilator. She was suffering from kidney failure, and it was like 50-50 chances. She might survive and she might won't. So I had to rush home. So before coming to India, I had no clue that New Zealand is going to close the border. I wasn't informed at all. Even at the immigration checkout point also, they didn't tell me, are you aware that New Zealand is going to close the border? But the thing is that even if they had announced, I would have chosen to come because my family demand was like that. I had to come. And I went to New Zealand. I mortgaged my parents' house in India and paid nearly 30,000 NZ dollar to pursue my level 8 study in New Zealand. And now the entire debt, like the entire loan is pending. I haven't paid even a single penny to the bank. It's been nearly 2 years. There's no income. I have to keep taking my mother to hospital every like weekly thrice for her dialysis. Plus the bank is pushing me for the loan. I haven't used a single post-study work visa. My entire visa have been wasted. It's not even that I have used it for 1 year. I hardly used it for 6 months, hardly. And the entire visa got wasted. My jewelry, my original documents, my car, everything is in NZ with my friends at my friend's house. And uh, I don't know what this government is doing, when they are going to allow us. I have no clue at all. And now it's like the patience is over, the limit is over. I seriously cannot wait. My parents keep asking me, when are you going back? When are you going back? Who's going to repay the loan? How long? Because it has gone double now. It has
Right.
gone double for no reason. Like they have punished the. And I don't understand why only one this post study work visa category, they are not speaking anything about us. Just this one category. Everybody is speaking about split family, partners. I think recently, day before yesterday or yesterday, I saw about international students as well. Then why not post study? I just want to know why post study is left out from 2 years, not a single word from Jacinda Ardern. I have paid so much, everything. My parents, I mortgaged my house. I spent their savings in NZ. I paid tax. When I was
Yep.
working there, I had 3 months holiday vacation. I worked full time when I was student. Then during the student also, I had paid huge tax to them. And now the immigration minister says that offshore people have not contributed. Then what was I doing there for 2 years? I was in NZ. What did I do there?
Exactly.
If I
Yep.
have not contributed, then what was that? Then if I have not contributed, just give me my entire international fees back. If you cannot allow me back, if you cannot utter a single word for me for the post study work visa, then I request the government to please refund our money. Because even my NZ educational document certificate, that certificate is also in NZ. I was not
Mm-hmm.
carrying my documents with me because I was coming for a medical emergency.
Yes.
So I have three requests. Either extend my entire post study of 3 years because I have not used, and there are many of us who have not used
Yep.
for even 1 month also, or else give us the pathway to residency because they wasted our 2 years here.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, like my friends who started with me 2 years back, same way I was also eligible if I had not
Yep.
stuck here. So it had been 4 years in NZ and I would have been like eligible for the residency.
That's
So
right.
either give me residency or give me my 3 years post study. And if they can't do anything,
Mm-hmm.
then please refund my money.
Refund.
At
Okay.
least I can finish off my loan,
Yeah.
and I'll see what I have to do with my career,
Yeah.
with my future.
Yeah. Thank you, Swarna Rajeshwari. That's yeah. I really feel your pain, and I like how you have summed up what your requests or demands are, and it's simple. You know, when
Yeah.
somebody comes to study here, and then that post-study work experience is part of the package. So if you know you are missing out on that, it's right for you to request, and that's been actually no one has actually been asking for the borders to be reopened. We have all been asking that the visas be extended by the same duration that the borders remain closed, so that all of you,
And I
when
have
yeah,
been vaccinated. I have
yes,
vaccinated. And I
yeah,
would like to tell you one more thing, ma'am.
right,
Jacinda Ardern is so scared of COVID, isn't it? I don't know how many post-study work visa holders are stuck in India or wherever in the part of the world. I am the only one during the COVID who was going to hospital every alternative day with my mother. But by God's grace, none of us caught COVID when
yep,
the vaccines were not there.
yep,
2020 and 2021 entire 2 years I have spent in hospital with my mother, but by God's grace I didn't get the COVID. Neither my mom caught, not neither my father caught it. So tell me one thing, if when I was so close to the COVID contact people still I didn't catch the COVID, then how is it possible then when I'm traveling to NZ in 20 or 22 hours flight, I will bring the COVID to NZ. And now I'm even vaccinated. At that time, I was not even vaccinated. Still, I could control myself. I had to look after myself. I had to look after my parents. So there is a way for everything. If you're willing, there is a way for everything.
Exactly.
But she is just ignoring us.
Yeah.
For no reason, she is ignoring us.
Yeah. Where there's a way, there's a will. So, yes, you're right. I've always said this from day one, that the virus itself does not discriminate against people based on their immigration status. So their priority order that New Zealand citizens and residents, they're allowed to come, but anyone who's a non-citizen, non-resident can't. So that's just wrong. Each and every person poses the same risk in terms of COVID. So the priority order should have been different to what we've had. So thank you very much, Sarah Rajeshwari. I'm mindful of time as well, so I want everyone to be able to share their story. So
thank you so much, Mom.
Yeah, thank you. Absolutely justified demands. Extend our visas and give us pathway to residency. If you can't do any of that, refund everything that we have spent here. Refund that. I mean, I would say let's go with the first two. Let's hope that it does not come to the situation that we have to ask for refunds. Us migrants, we've contributed a lot. And it's not like last week I was talking to another group who are here onshore. And, we are not just economic units. We are human beings. So for this government, the right thing to do is to look beyond how many dollars people bring in. The right thing to do is people who've called New Zealand home, who've been living here, they need to be brought back. Doesn't matter they're citizens, residents, or temporary visa holders, people need to be brought back. So what I'm going to do next is, okay, who all do we have? Unless someone needs to leave kind of quickly, what I'm going to do is I'll just randomly go through and select people. Can I invite Prabjot Singh to share his story with everybody, please? Again, you speak in English or in your own language. It doesn't really matter, whatever you're comfortable with. And others who are not speaking, please keep your mics on mute, because otherwise we get a lot of disturbance. Hello, Prabjot.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, ma'am. Can I speak in Punjabi as well?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल हाँ जी तुसी पंजाबी च गल करो मैं ट्रांसलेट कर दूंगी बाद हाँ जी
हाँ ठीक है मैम एक्चुअली मैं मार्च 10th ਨੂੰ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ
ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਨਾ ਕਾਫੀ ਡਿਸਟਰਬੈਂਸ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਨਾ ਐਕੋ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਨਾਲ ਲਾਈਵ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਉਹਦੀ ਫੀਡਬੈਕ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਵਿੱਚ
ਮੈਮ ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਲਾਈਵ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਮੈਂ ਸੀਗਾ ਸ਼ੌਪ ਤੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ
ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਜਾਣਾ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਠੀਕ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਕੰਟੀਨਿਊ ਰੱਖੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਮੈਂ 10th ਮਾਰਚ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਲਾਸਟ ਈਅਰ 2020 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ
ਜੀ
ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ 22 ਮਾਰਚ ਨੂੰ ਮੇਰੀ ਮੈਰਿਜ ਸੀਗੀ ਬਟ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਲਾਕਡਾਊਨ ਲੱਗ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੈਰਿਜ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸਾਰਾ ਤਿਆਰੀਆਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨੇ 6 ਆਵਰ ਦਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਤਿਆਰੀਆਂ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਭੱਜਣ ਜੋਗੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਤੇ ਨਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਤਿਆਰੀਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਛੱਡਣ ਜੋਗੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਹਨਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਬਹੁਤ ਥੋੜਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਬਟ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨੇ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਇਗਨੋਰ ਕਰਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਉਦੋਂ ਹਨਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਤੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਏਦਾਂ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਲਾਕਡਾਊਨ ਆ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਦੀ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਹਨਾ ਕਿ ਏਦਾਂ ਹੋ ਜਾਊਗਾ ਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਵੱਧ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ 2 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਬਟ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਪਤਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਘੱਟੋ ਘੱਟ ਵੀ 1.5 ਸਾਲ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਟਕ ਹੋਏ ਨੂੰ ਹਨਾ ਤੇ ਇੰਨਾ ਲੰਬਾ ਚੱਲੂਗਾ ਹਜੇ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਉਮੀਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਕਦੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਨਿਊਜ਼ ਆਊਗੀ
ਜੀ
ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨੂੰ ਈਮੇਲਸ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹੀਦਾ ਰਿਕੁਐਸਟ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹੀਦਾ ਕਿ ਘੱਟੋ ਘੱਟ ਕੁਛ ਤਾਂ ਸੋਚੋ ਹਨਾ ਆਨਸਰ ਦੱਸ ਦੇ ਦਿਓ ਕੁਛ ਵੀ ਬਟ ਨੋ ਆਨਸਰ
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੋਰਮਲੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਅਲੱਗ-ਅਲੱਗ ਫੇਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੜਾਅ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚੋਂ ਲੰਘਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਏਜ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਦਾ ਮੌਕਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਰਿਜ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਗਏ ਆ ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਫੇਜ਼ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਲਾਈਫਸ ਦਾ ਅਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੰਨੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਸਜ਼ਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਵਾਪਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਣ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ। ਔਰ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਹਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਹੋਰ ਕੇਸਿਸ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਜਾਣਦਾ ਵਰਕਰ, ਉਹ ਵਿਚਾਰਾ ਐਕਸਪਲੋਇਟਡ ਸੀਗਾ, ਉਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਉਹਦਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਸੈਟਲ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਮਸਲਾ, ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੀ ਛੁੱਟੀ ਲੈ ਕੇ, ਨਵੀਂ ਜੋਬ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਛੁੱਟੀ ਕਰਕੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਘਰਦਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਲੜਕੀ ਪਸੰਦ ਕਰਕੇ ਰੱਖੀ ਹੋਈ ਸੀਗੀ, ਉਹ ਵਿਚਾਰਾ ਸਟਕ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ। ਉਹ ਲੜਕਾ ਕਾਫੀ ਜੋਲੀ ਜਿਹਾ ਆ, ਉਹ ਫੋਨ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਟਾਈਮ ਟੂ ਟਾਈਮ ਕਰਦਾ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ, ਉਹ ਮਜ਼ਾਕ ਕਰਦਾ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ, ਕਹੇਗਾ ਮੈਮ ਨਾ ਹੀ ਮੇਰਾ ਵਿਆਹ ਹੋਇਆ, ਨਾ ਹੀ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਵਾਪਸ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਲੜਕੀ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਖਿਆਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਰਿਸ਼ਤਾ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਹੋਊਗਾ। ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੀ ਕਿ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੇਸ ਹੈ ਮੈਮ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਚਲੋ ਨੋਨ ਆ ਹਨਾ, ਹੁਣ ਕਾਫੀ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਸਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹੀਦਾ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਣ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਾਫੀ ਜਾਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਣ ਪਛਾਣ ਹੋ ਗਈ, ਤਾਂ ਕਾਫੀ ਜਾਣੇ ਆ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇ ਟੁੱਟ ਗਏ ਸਿਰਫ ਇੱਕ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਕਰਕੇ। ਜੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ, ਅਸੀਂ ਹਸਬੈਂਡ ਐਂਡ ਵਾਈਫ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਹੀ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਤੋਂ ਆਏ ਸੀਗੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਮੈਰਿਜ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ, ਬਟ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੋਵੇਂ ਸਟਕ ਆ, ਹੁਣ ਮੇਰਾ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ। ਸੋ ਸਾਡੀ ਉਹ ਡਿਮਾਂਡ ਬਰਕਰਾਰ ਰਹੇਗੀ ਕਿ ਵੀਜ਼ੇ ਐਕਸਟੈਂਡ ਕੀਤੇ ਜਾਣ, ਇਨਕਲੂਡਿੰਗ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਐਕਸਪਾਇਰ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਆ, ਉੱਥੋਂ ਹੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਕਅਪ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹ ਕਰਨੇ ਪੈਣਗੇ। ਅਦਰਵਾਈਜ਼ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇੱਕ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਵਧੀਆ ਰੈਪੂਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਦੀ ਬਣੀ ਹੋਈ ਆ, ਉਹ ਡੈਮੇਜ ਹੋਣੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਆ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ। ਸੋ ਇਹ ਧਿਆਨ ਦੇਣਾ ਪਏਗਾ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਧਰ। ਸੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਛ ਹੋਰ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਪ੍ਰਭਜੋਤ? ਮੈਮ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਹਨਾ, ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਤੋਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ। ਸ਼ੇਰ ਭਾਜੀ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਭਾਰਤੀ ਭਾਜੀ ਹੋਣੀ ਹੋ ਗਏ, ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਦਿਲੋਂ ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ, ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਤੋਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਖੜੇ ਹੋ, ਮੋਢੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੋਢਾ ਜੋੜ ਕੇ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਹੌਸਲਾ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਿ ਕੁਛ ਨਾ ਕੁਛ ਜਲਦੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਕੁਛ ਨਾ ਕੁਛ ਆਊਗਾ। ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ, ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ ਜੀ, ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ। ਮੈਂ ਕੁਇਕਲੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਟਰਾਂਸਲੇਟ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਹਾਂ, ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਫਿਰ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਈ ਜਸਟ ਵਾਂਟ ਟੂ ਸੇ everyone will get a chance. So yeah, I've got couple of comments. So Raman Dhillo next, but what I'll do is I'll just quickly translate what Prabjot said. So this is really, really tragic. Prabjot went to India on 10th of March 2020. No one knew that New Zealand was going to be shut down at that stage. So he had gone home to get married. And his wedding was on 22nd of March. So the lockdown gets announced a couple of days before his wedding day. And at that stage, people were given just 6 hours to be able to return to New Zealand. Now, if anyone knows, countries like India or China, the continent, South America, even countries within places like South America are so huge that it can take you more than 24 hours to travel from wherever you are to the airport. So to be allowed 6 hours in such a big country, which is almost like a continent, means nothing. So that's how Prabjot has been stranded. He requests the government to extend his visa. His visa has already expired. So his request is that the visa be extended so that whenever the borders reopen, he can come back. So next up, I am going to invite Raman to share her story with us. Hello, Raman.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
I am good, thank you. How are you?
Ma'am, today I want to tell the story about me. And ma'am, in 2016, I got engaged, and that time we both decided that we should think about our future, me and my husband. We both decided that for the further study in New Zealand. Then in 2017, I applied, and my marriage was in January 2018. And I got married in 2018 January, and in Feb on 12th Feb I got the visa of New Zealand after 1 month of my marriage.
Right.
And ma'am, after 1 month in March I went in New Zealand for the further study. And then ma'am, after 3 months I applied my husband visa, but after 1.5 month after applying the 1.5 month, my husband visa rejected, because they said that we think this is not a genuine marriage.
Right.
And ma'am, and it's very difficult time for me that spending time there alone, because just after 1 month of marriage, because that was the very crucial time for me. I was in a new life.
Yes.
And
sure.
ma'am, when after 1 year, in next year in January, after I came back in India, I spent time with my husband. I attended lot of marriages. I went for to travel Thailand, and we collected all the documents again. And after I went back New Zealand, I applied for the work visa, and I got 3 years open work visa. And then I applied again in June 2019. I applied for my husband visa.
Right.
But that time you got the news, a lot of people, the New Zealand embassy rejected a lot of visas that
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
Many of citizens and
Mm-hmm.
PRs, husband, the spouse of PR,
Yeah.
they rejected the visas of that people. And after in November 2019, I came back again in India,
Mm.
because I was thinking that's the time I have to spend, because now I have the 3 years visa.
Yes.
I should spend a little of time with
Yeah.
my husband.
Mm.
And when he will go get the visa, we will come back.
Yeah.
And New Zealand embassy took 9 months for giving the result.
Mm-hmm.
And in
Unacceptable.
12 March, my husband got visa, and
Oh.
we both were planning, and our ticket was on the 21st of March.
Jeez. Right. Just
And we both
2
were,
days.
and we on 19th March, the New Zealand announced that they are closing their borders.
Mm-hmm.
They did not give any prior notice to people.
Mm-hmm.
Think, ma'am, one person who is waiting
Yes.
for the 4 years,
Yes.
since 4 years,
Exactly.
he is waiting for a better future.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And we
feel
spent
your
a
pain.
lot of money
Yeah.
in New Zealand for education. I paid 2 years. I did work at the time of when I was getting the education, and now when I was on the work. So we paid lot of money in taxes. I did, ma'am, job. I did lot of hard work. I did struggle there, and it was very difficult for me living alone, because one person, I can't say that my one known person in New Zealand, no relatives, no friends, nobody was there.
Yes.
And I took the, because just of the I heard from the people that New Zealand is a very good country, just because of they think about the migrants, and I chose that time New Zealand for the further study. And I went 4 years continuously. We are struggling, and still we don't know what are the future of us. We have a lot of debts
Yep.
on us. And you know that it's a very difficult in Indian society to live with in-laws when you have the visas in your hand, and people always every day ask to us when you are going. As you know that already Australia has announced their parents can come, and before that people know that Australia and New Zealand both have closed their borders. But now when the parents are going, they are ready for going to Australia, they are asking, have you your visa, will you go or not?
Yeah. Yeah. You
Because
start
they
doubting.
know
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
all world is open, all people are going. They think that because they are living in the villages, in the suburb areas, they do not have that much
Yeah.
information. They ask every day to us,
Sorry,
you will go
I'm
or not?
just going to interrupt. So people who are not speaking currently, please turn your mics off, because with background noise we can't hear the speaker properly. So yeah, please turn your mics off. So yeah, Raman, continue please.
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, people ask to every day us that you will go or not, because they think Canada is opening. They open the borders from the starting. They are taking the students also. They are thinking about the migrants. Already, America has announced for the visitor visas. So they can open already their border.
Yeah.
So for the visitor visas. So just a New Zealand in one country, and also because those who are in my relation, the people who had the PR of New Zealand,
Yeah.
and who are the citizen of, they already went back. They came 2 times in India and went
Right.
back.
Sure.
So they were saying, maybe you have already finished your visas. They will not call us. You are speaking lie to us. You will go.
I know.
But so lot of pressure on us from the
Exactly.
society, from family. When our family member listen to others, they ask to us, but we do not have any reply, because
Sure.
New Zealand government is not talking about us.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Raman. Yeah, it's obvious that the pain is so raw, and I just want to let you know that we have been working as a group of lawyers. You may have also seen an open letter recently about reuniting families. So there are other immigration advisors and leading immigration lawyers that we work with.
I want to mention one thing.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm interrupting you.
Sure.
Ma'am, I have visa till March.
Right.
March,
Yeah.
or I'm just saying that if they are opening the borders, they are all citizens and PR, they are coming, they are visiting other countries, they are going back in
Yeah.
their country. So they should give the announcement, they should do the announcement for those who have the visas. At least they can go, they should do the announcement for the everyone. I am admitting that. But some those have the visas, they are opening now, they are announcing that they can open the border before Christmas. So they should give the preference to work visa, those who have already their visas.
Yep. There's so many ways of fixing this problem. You're absolutely right. If they have the will to fix this, they can. So I was just saying that, we've been working with a group of immigration advisors and immigration lawyers where, and also Green Party, Ricardo Menendez March, their MP, where we are asking actually these living together requirements to be abolished, do away with it, because it is such a ridiculous way to, and I'm also will be working with other organizations if we can get other leading influential organizations on side to reach out to the government, because 2018-19, the time you mentioned, we know that applicants of Indian origin were discriminated against by Immigration New Zealand. The way they apply that living together criteria, and also people from other countries, other cultures. Not everybody is able to live together straight for 12 months and then make their application. And also, that is not the only way to prove that your relationship is genuine and stable. There are so many other ways to do it that Immigration New Zealand does not take into account. So yes, we are working on that as well. There are so many things that we have to work on. So yeah, stay safe, stay strong, stay with us. We will keep working. Thank you, Raman.
Thank you, ma'am.
So next person I'm going to invite is Jeta Singh. If you would like to come on and share your story, please.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
I am good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, ma'am. Actually, thank you so much that you're doing a lot for us, for all the migrants offshore struck overseas in India and in other countries as well. So I want to straight away come to the point.
Sure.
I just came to New Zealand first in 2016 September. I got level 5-6 studies in business management, and I just completed my studies and got my post-study work visa after 2018. I once came to India in 2019 for the marriage, and after that I went back to New Zealand in October 2019. After suddenly my health, I got something issues with my health, like I was really ill, so I just wanted to come back to India for the treatment in 2020 February. So government, and without informing all of us, government just did the things like they just closed the borders. We all just thought that the borders gonna close for 1 month or 2 months, more than 3 months. So now the situation is like it's really crucial time for all of us. Our parents also asking daily that is Immigration New Zealand gonna call you back in New Zealand or not? Like they are quite worried. My parents are quite worried that they have spent a lot of money, a lot of dollars in international studies. So it's been around 2 years. I just came back in February in 2020. So I think all hopes are gone. We daily listens that the Jacinda Ardern or the Immigration New Zealand is calling the only residents or the PR persons to New Zealand, but they're not including us in all of that. And as you know, that one-off residency, we are also excluded. So my parents, my family members, also they asking me on the daily verge, like when the immigration gonna call us back. So my visa is also expiring in November,
Right.
25th of November. So I'm quite worried, like we will be going back to New Zealand or not. Like our future have been stuck in India. So there's no future now. Like the thoughts are coming in our mind. So this is quite hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I understand what you're saying, and while each person stranded offshore has same story, but at the same time, you also have unique circumstances and situations. So each and every person's story is important and must be highlighted and must be taken forward. And I urge you have your faith on your side. I'm looking at your appearance ਸਾਬਤ ਸਰੂਪ ਸਿੱਖੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ faith ਆ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬਲ ਬਖਸ਼ਦਾ ਆ so don't have those thoughts please I can only urge you and request you to hang on in there and stay strong ਸਾਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਫਲਸਫਾ ਆ ਸਿੱਖ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਆ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਹਾਨ ਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਿਸਾਲਾਂ ਮਿਲਦੀਆਂ ਪੋਜ਼ੀਟਿਵ ਰਹਿਣ ਲਈ ਸੋ ਆਈ ਡੋਂਟ ਥਿੰਕ ਆਈ ਨੀਡ ਟੂ ਟੈਲ ਯੂ ਟੂ ਮਚ ਲਾਈਕ
ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਨਾ ਪੈਰੈਂਟਸ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਠੀਕ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਕਾਫੀ ਪੈਸਾ ਖਰਚਿਆ ਹੈ
ਹਾਂ ਫਰਸਟ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੀ
ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਗੁੱਸੇ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਕੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਫਿਊਚਰ ਹੈ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਹੈ ਯੂ ਕੈਨ ਗੋ ਬੈਕ ਟੂ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਔਰ ਕੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਫਰਦਰ ਪਲਾਨਸ ਕੀ ਨੇ ਫਿਊਚਰ ਦੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕੋਈ ਜਵਾਬ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ
ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਇਟਸ ਬਿਯੋਂਡ ਯੋਰ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ
ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਵੀ ਮੇਰਾ 25 ਨਵੰਬਰ ਨੂੰ ਖਤਮ ਹੋਣ ਲੱਗਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਚਿੰਤਾ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਹੈ
ਜੀ
ਕਿ ਚਲੋ ਰੱਬ ਮਿਹਰ ਕਰੇ ਵਿਦ ਦ ਗ੍ਰੇਸ ਆਫ ਗॉड ਕਿ ਬਾਰਡਰਸ ਖੋਲ ਜਾਣ ਬਿਫੋਰ 25th of all we can have the permission to enter the New Zealand before 25th of November ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਥਾਟਸ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਕਾਫੀ ਪੈਸਾ ਖਰਚਿਆ
ਐਬਸੋਲੂਟਲੀ
ਸਾਰੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਭੈਣ ਭਰਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਹੀ ਹੱਥ ਜੋੜ ਕੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਰਿਕੁਐਸਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਥੈਂਕਸ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਖੜੇ ਹੋ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਏਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਖੜੇ ਰਹੋ ਕਿ ਸਾਡਾ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹੱਥ ਫੜ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਿਓ
we'll keep fighting absolutely
ਜੀ
absolutely stay safe and stay strong
ma'am I'm fully vaccinated as well
good very good
fully vaccinated hone chahiye hai it's been like I got my second vaccination in September
good
so I'm fully vaccinated
excellent
please when you fight for us thank you so much you stand it for all of us
thank you so much. Thank you Jeta Singh and you heard all that I don't need to translate as such so next I am going to request Fenil Savani I hope I'm saying your name right please share your situation with us all Fenil are you with us
Okay. Maybe she's just stepped out, I think.
Okay, all right. We'll move on to Ranjana Sharma next. If you're with us, Ranjana, please share your story with us.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Ranjana. Good evening. How are you?
I'm good, ma'am. How are you?
Good, thank you. So, yeah, tell us all when you came to New Zealand and how you came here.
First of all, I want to thank you for always standing with us and for raising a voice for us always.
You're welcome.
I just want to share my story with you all. And I went to New Zealand in 2018 for studying level 8 studies. And I did my studies for a year there. And in 2018, in July, I got my post-study work visa. And I used my post-study work visa for just 6 months. And I came back to India in 2020, in February to meet my family. And I was supposed to go back on 25th of March. But unfortunately, because of the border closure,
right.
I was not able to go there. So, and still till now, we don't have any idea when we can go back. I have a visa valid till July next year. But I don't have any idea then when will I be able to go back or not. I don't have any idea about my future. So as government is not just letting us know like how they are going to manage about our situation, they are not doing us anything about us. They have done so much for onshore migrants and they are allowing resident people and PR people. So, but nothing for us. Then I just want to ask from Jacinda Ardern, then what is our fault? Why they are doing this with us? So this is really not fair. So please allow us back. Then give us assurance when we can come back. As we are ready to follow all the instruction that they have given. Like we have fully vaccinated. We are ready to even follow their managed isolation rule as well. But please allow us back. It's not our fault that it's COVID happened. It's not our fault. So please allow us back. It's already 2 years, almost 2 years now. So patience is over. Please give justice to us as well. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Ranjana. I mean, that's a real heartfelt plea. I couldn't have put it so emotionally myself. They say justice denied is justice delayed. So it's about time the government took notice and took action. So, like I said in the beginning, we also have Sher Singh with us. I'm going to have one more person share their story, and then we'll have Sher to share with you all, his thoughts and his views. I am going to go next to a person who shares his name with my father, actually, Virinder Singh. Would you like to share your situation with everybody, please? Are you there, Virinder? Okay, maybe Sher, do you want to say some words of reassurance for everybody, and then we'll move on to the rest of our team here.
Yes, hello, kia ora everyone, ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ, ਨਮਸਤੇ, अस्सलाम वालेकुम, ਔਰ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰੀ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਆ Zoom meeting ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਔਰ thank you everyone for taking out the time and coming on board. I just wanted to say a few points. I've had a few calls from the migrants who are stuck offshore, and sadly there's been a bit of a confusion, and I think it's because of miscommunication and other alternatives. There's messages being misinterpreted in groups and everything. Look, from our side, from here we are trying our very level best to be your voice on behalf of all of you, and let me assure you that we will keep fighting. And there's only a small drawback that's just holding us back, and that is the alert levels. If we hadn't been on alert level 3 or these levels, definitely there would have been a protest in support of you guys. We would have already organized something.
Several protests by now, I'm sure.
Yes, definitely there would have been several. But however, there was a protest, I think a 4 or 5 day protest that was held in Delhi, which started off really well. On the first day there was a really good turnout, and then slowly the numbers dropped. But hey, there could be many reasons for that. All I can say for those who are stuck offshore, that look, we are trying our side, and we will keep fighting for you. But what I need you to do is don't fall for this hearsay that people are talking about, or if there's a few people that are organizing a protest or a rally or a get together in Punjab or any part of India, you need to take that responsibility and go be a part of it. For example, just today, this meeting here, I was expecting much more than this numbers, but it's a good number today, good number, but I was expecting, because the numbers that are stuck offshore, I would be expecting a couple of hundred here right now. And the timing is great, right? The timing is great. So
we can do more sessions, Sher, so just in case maybe people weren't able to join.
That's definitely, we will keep that happening. And also, like when there's something in India, if it's been shared by a politician or a news article, keep that flow going. Reshare it in groups, reshare it, because it just brings it. You want to highlight that point. You want to highlight and let the government of New Zealand know that, look, there's politicians that are getting involved at home. There's these MPs that are getting involved. So if somebody is making a request for you to reshare or retweet, you should do it. That is another way of campaigning. Go around sharing that. And so I think the team in India are organizing another protest. They haven't announced anything yet, but I know that they are. So as soon as that has been announced, I am requesting everybody to please take out time and be a part of it. And those who are slightly, because of these groups or because of the frustration and all that, request them to, hey, come on board. The only thing we can do is keep trying.
Yeah.
That's all we have.
And come together.
Come together and keep trying. Because if we just listen to others and sit back, then we fail. We need as many possible. We need people on our side and just bring them all together, regardless of what visa status they're on, whether they're on partnership visa, whether their visas have expired, or whether they're stored on valid visas. Regardless of all those issues, come together on one platform.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, Sher. Next, I know Jagdeep Tillo. He's requested to speak next because he does have to go and take care of his mother, who is, I think, not well. So go Jagdeep next. And I just want to say, Jagdeep, amongst, with lots of other people, has been organizing these protests and, trying to keep everything together. So thank you very much. And I'm sure most of you will have seen Jagdeep with his posts on Facebook and other social media platforms. So, take it away, Jagdeep.
ਜੀ ਮੈਮ, ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਥੈਂਕਸ ਕਰਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਭਾਰਤੀ ਭਾਜੀ ਸ਼ੇਰ ਸਿੰਘ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ 1.5 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ 2 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਲੜ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਔਨ ਸ਼ੋਰ ਹੋ ਕੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੇਫ ਹੋ ਸਿਕਿਉਰ ਹੋ, ਬਟ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਐਫਰਟਸ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਥੈਂਕਸ। ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇਣਾ ਕਦੀ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇ ਸਕਦੇ। ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਚਲੋ ਮੈਂ 2016 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਵਾਈਫ ਨਾਲ ਆਇਆ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਲੈਵਲ ਦੀ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਸੀ 5 and 7 ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਸਾਡਾ ਚਲੋ ਪੋਸਟ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਵਰਕ ਪਰਮਿਟ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਸਾਨੂੰ 3 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ। 1.5 year ਅਸੀਂ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਸੀ। 1.5 year ਦਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਪਿਆ ਸੀ। ਤੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬੇਟੀ ਨੇ ਬੋਰਨ ਹੋਈ ਸੀ, ਜੋ ਕਿ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਬੋਰਨ ਆ। ਉਸ ਟਾਈਮ 3 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦੀ ਸੀ। ਅਸੀਂ ਪੇਰੈਂਟਸ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਵਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਚਲੋ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਸਿਰਫ 4 ਵੀਕ ਲਈ ਆਏ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਵਿਦਆਊਟ ਐਨੀ ਨੋਟਿਸ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਬਾਰਡਰ ਕਲੋਜ਼ ਕਰਤਾ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਟਕ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਤੇ ਸਟਿਲ ਸਟਕ ਆ ਤੇ ਹੋਪਫੁਲੀ ਕੁਛ ਨਾ ਕੁਛ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਆਏਗਾ। ਤੇ ਮੇਨ ਗੱਲ ਇਹ ਆ ਜੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਦੇਖੋ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਕੈਟਾਗਰੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਆਪਾਂ ਆਲ ਕੈਟਾਗਰੀਜ਼ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਕਿਸੇ ਇੱਕ ਸਪੈਸੀਫਿਕ ਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਜੀ। ਅਸੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਜਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਕੈਟਾਗਰੀ ਨੇ, ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਕੋਵਿਡ ਵਿਕਟਮ ਆ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨੇ ਕ੍ਰਾਈਸਟਚਰਚ ਅਟੈਕ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ, ਇੱਕ ਵਿਕਟਮ ਸੀ ਉਹ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਟ ਦਿੱਤੇ। ਚਲੋ ਐਟਲੀਸਟ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਅਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਡੈਡਲਾਈਨ ਦੇ ਦੇਣ। ਜੋ ਵੀ ਰੈਜ਼ੀਡੈਂਸੀ ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਨਕਲੂਡ ਹੋਣਾ ਸੀ, ਚਾਹੇ ਉਹ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਵੀਜ਼ੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਵੀ ਸੀ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਟਾਈਮ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕਾ ਸੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉੱਥੇ। ਤੇ ਇਹੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿੰਨਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵੀਜ਼ੇ ਐਕਸਪਾਇਰ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਨੇ ਜਾਂ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ, ਸਾਡੇ ਵੀਜ਼ੇ ਐਕਸਟੈਂਡ ਕੀਤੇ ਜਾਣ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਬਾਰਡਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਖੋਲਦੇ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਦੇ ਦੇਣ। ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਬਾਰਡਰ ਖੋਲ ਦੇਣ, ਮਹੀਨਾ 2 ਮਹੀਨੇ, ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਾਰਡਰ ਖੋਲਣਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਫਸ਼ੋਰ ਤੋਂ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੁਛ ਅਪਲਾਈ ਕਰ ਸਕੀਏ। ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਹੋਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ। ਵੀਜ਼ੇ ਐਕਸਟੈਂਡ ਹੋਣੇ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਨੇ, ਚਾਹੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟ ਨੇ, ਪਾਰਟਨਰ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਨੇ, ਫੈਮਲੀਆਂ ਸਪਲਿਟ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰੀਜੁਆਇਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਜੀ। ਬਿਲਕੁਲ। ਤੇ ਇਹੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਡਿਮਾਂਡ ਆ ਵੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਛੇਤੀ ਤੋਂ ਛੇਤੀ ਵਾਪਸ ਬੁਲਾਇਆ ਜਾਵੇ। ਸਾਡਾ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਕਾਫੀ ਟਾਈਮ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਸ਼ਾਰਟ ਚ ਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੇਰੇ ਮਦਰ ਬਿਮਾਰ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਸਕੈਨ ਲਈ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਆ। ਤੇ ਬਸ ਮੇਰੀ ਇਹੀ ਡਿਮਾਂਡ ਆ, ਸਾਡੇ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਐਕਸਟੈਂਡ ਹੋਣ ਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਅਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਮਿਲੀ ਜਾਵੇ ਜੀ। ਬਹੁਤ
ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ ਜਗਦੀਪ। ਆਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮਦਰ ਜਲਦੀ ਤੋਂ ਜਲਦੀ ਠੀਕ ਹੋਣਗੇ। ਯੈਸ, ਵੀ ਗਿਵ ਯੂ ਆਰ ਅਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਵਿਲ ਕੀਪ ਫਾਈਟਿੰਗ। ਅਸੀਂ ਲੜਦੇ ਰਹਾਂਗੇ। ਔਰ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਵੈਰੀ ਗੁੱਡ ਡਿਮਾਂਡ ਦੈਟ we've always said this, that we're not asking for the borders to be reopened, and with this new residence visa, just let people make the applications from offshore and they can come in whenever it's safe for them to do so. And yes, keep organizing those protests. They are much needed. Doesn't matter how many people turn up. The main point is that we keep doing this. And thank you, Sher, for pointing out. And I had noticed Gurpinder Singh has his hand up. So yes, Gurpinder, if you would like to go next, please share your thoughts and your situation with us all.
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੁਣ ਰਹੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ?
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਸੁਣ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕੰਟੀਨਿਊ ਰੱਖੋ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਵੈਸੇ ਜੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਔਨ ਸ਼ੋਰ ਹੀ ਹਾਂ, ਬਟ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਬ੍ਰਦਰ ਦੇ ਬਿਹਾਫ ਤੇ ਬੋਲਣਾ। ਹੀ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਬਿਟ ਸ਼ਾਏ, ਉਹਦੀ ਏਜ ਵੀ ਵੈਸੇ ਘੱਟ ਆ। ਮੇਰਾ ਬ੍ਰਦਰ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਆਈ ਆਪਰੇਟ ਦੇ ਲਈ, ਤੇ ਉਹ 1 day ago ਹੀ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ, ਜਿਸ ਤੋਂ ਅਗਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਚਲੋ ਲੋਕਡਾਊਨ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ। ਤੇ ਜਸਟ 4 weeks ਲਿਆ ਸੀ ਉਹਨੇ। ਆਈਸ ਦਾ ਆਪਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਾਉਣਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਜੀ। ਤੇ ਚਲੋ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਹੋਰ ਲੋਕ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਟਕ ਹੋ ਗਏ। ਗਲਤੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਸੀ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਫਿਊਚਰ ਦਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੀ ਕਦੋਂ ਕੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਾ, ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗਾ। ਬਟ ਮੈਂ ਜਸੀਨਾ ਐਂਡਰਨ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਉਹ ਕੋਵਿਡ ਵਰਗੀ ਏਡੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਬਿਮਾਰੀ ਨਾਲ ਲੜ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ, ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਕੰਟਰੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਇਹਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ, ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਫਸ਼ੋਰ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਇਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸੋਲਵ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ।
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ
ਉਹ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਜੇ ਉਹ ਚਾਹਣ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਪਾਵਰ ਆ, ਬਟ ਇਫ ਇਨ ਕੇਸ ਉਹ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਕਰਨਾ ਜਾਂ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ, ਫਿਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਗੱਲ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਆ ਕਿ ਜੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਪਾਵਰ ਆ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਾਵਰਲੈਸ ਲੋਕ ਆ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਟਕ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਆ, ਉਹ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਕ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਦਾ ਜੀ ਧੱਕਾ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਜਾਓ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਜਾਂ ਏਦਾਂ ਵੀ, ਬਟ ਉਹ ਸੋਲਿਊਸ਼ਨ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ। ਇਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਇਹ ਨਿਗਾ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਕੁਝ ਕਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ, ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰਿਕੁਐਸਟ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਕੁਝ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ।
जी बिल्कुल, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया दीपिंदर. So that was Dीpinder. He is onshore, but he was speaking on, Gurpinder, speaking on behalf of his brother who is stranded offshore. His brother had gone to India for an eye operation, eye surgery, left a day before the lockdown was announced. Obviously, no one knew at that stage. So Gurpinder makes a very good point that people who are stranded offshore are actually powerless. So why punish them? This government has the power to fix this problem, so they should. That's a very good point. This is like oppression. Why oppress people when it's not their fault? The right thing to do here is allow people to come back when it's safe to do so, or at least make an announcement, give them assurance, extend their visas, and people are patient enough that they will wait longer. It's just that the uncertainty is killing. If people know where the end is, they will wait a bit longer. They just need to be told. This government needs to be transparent and honest with people who are stranded offshore. So once again, I would like to make a request. There are a lot of people who have joined late. So people, when you join in, please keep your mic on mute, because you cause a lot of disturbance as you come in, and whoever is speaking, we can't hear them, and it is quite rude and disrespectful to people who were here on time and sharing their story. So people who are joining in late especially, please try to be on time, but keep your mics on mute when you come in. Is anyone else volunteering to go? Sonia Nair, would you like to go next? We've had a lot of communications from you, Sonia, and we understand your pain. So now's your chance. Please, if you would like to go next, Sonia, off you go.
Good evening, Anu.
Good evening, Sonia. I am very well. Yes, everyone can hear you. So please share your situation with us all.
Yes. I'm an MBA student, a second-time student, and there are many other. Actually, I'm raising the voice for all the offshore stuff migrants here, not only about myself, to be clear. And first thing is, there are students who completed their studies during the pandemic, and they applied for the post-study work visa. And there has been no communication about it. And then this one-off residency came up, and it has hit us like an iceberg, as I've always stated in my emails. And my peers, the peers who are onshore, they are applicable for this residency, but just because of this irrational word offshore, we are just stuck here. And in one of your live events, I just listened that an online application can be initiated to be included in this one-off residency pathway, just like Canada does, because Canada had opened the borders for the migrants to come in, but New Zealand has not done. But if the border closure, if they want to maintain the border closure, then an online application for the inclusion in the new residency pathway can be initiated.
Yes, Sonia. So this new residence visa, all the applications are going to be online, but the problem is that they will only accept from people who are onshore. So that's what we're trying.
So there is a discrepancy there.
Yes,
that is what I'm telling time and time again. The discrepancy is there. There should be no division between onshore and offshore.
Exactly.
Like from me, I can tell that I was there in New Zealand since 2015, before getting stuck in the pandemic. Okay, I completed level 9 studies, and my peers there are getting the residency. And only thing that is coming, it is an impediment, is this offshore thing. And that is really one of the one of the persons who talked in this event, they said it is hilarious. It is absolutely irrational to state that an offshore person, and we are not new applicants. We have been there in New Zealand priorly, so those contributions cannot be disregarded. Okay.
Yes.
And the money that was used on the offshore helped New Zealand to survive during the pandemic in 2020, isn't it?
Yes.
Because our money has been there in New Zealand Treasury, isn't it?
Yep.
It has not got dissolved just like that. So you cannot deny the fact that offshore struck migrants have not contributed at all, either through paying through the tax. There are offshore workers who worked during the pandemic, even from offshore. They paid the tax. They are paying their rent. They are paying everything in New Zealand from offshore. So you cannot deny the fact. And there are students who have paid, and we are part of the international students. If the voice is raised for the international students onshore, then the voice can be raised for the offshore stuck students. There are students who are awaiting post-study work visa. There is no communication. And this one of residency has come. So irrespective of any visa category, I'm telling, all offshore struck migrants can be considered for this one-off residency. We do not want any other pathway now, because already we have lost 2 years of our life. There are a lot of things at stake. There is family pressure, everything. As you have listened to many other offshore struck migrants, you know the story is the same. The loan, the pressure, everything we are facing from offshore. We have not got any support. All the support I can just see, to be honest, I can see is going for the onshore or who are excluded onshore migrants. All the support. In fact, even I saw the debate yesterday. All the talks were for the excluded onshore migrants. There was not a word of discussion about the offshore stuck migrants from all the leaders. That is what we observed. It's not only me, there are many others observed the same.
So do you feel that when political parties like the Green Party and now ACT Party as well, when they make their petitions and they have a specific demand in their petition asking the government to allow offshore migrants to come back, so you think that is just empty words? Or do they really mean it?
If it were not empty words, why it was not initiated in the debate? That was a crucial point of the entire journey of this fight for the offshore, for this one-off residency program from offshore side. Why wasn't it initiated in the debate from any of the... I understand Erica is going for split families, but at least I was expecting from
and PhD students, that's her pet thing.
PhD students, yes. And okay, I am the one who is an MBA student who is a published author. After I stuck in the pandemic, I did a research article. It was published in a journal and everything. So it shows that we are skilled even in working from offshore.
Yeah.
Sonia,
so
can I just add to? Can I just add that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, go.
Yeah, look, Sonia, you made a really good point about like how you make the online application, and the only difference is that you are stuck offshore. But about the debate, look, because they're in these sort of meetings, and it depends on the people who organize these events
and the host who's asking the questions, I guess.
Yeah, and especially the host who's asking the questions and who is putting them in front, and it might be missed out, but hey, let's work on that. So if they have another debate, we need to start campaigning, and if the host does not ask questions, let's go there, let's join those lives, and let's comment on that and ask the question ourselves rather than relying on others.
There were only
the comments were made. The comments were made. There were many comments. Even I was commenting. Even there, many offering. There's this Chinese girl, the Xenia was commenting. Everybody was commenting, but they just picked up the comment of only Bijal Patel and all those who are onshore. I'm not
okay. Can I just
I'm very much happy.
Sonia, can I just stop you there, because the point is for everyone to share in this forum, and also I'm not defending any politician. Maybe the politicians didn't have access to those comments at the time. I have no idea. So that is one debate, but I would suggest that if you look at all three opposition parties and what they have done in the last 18 months, maybe that would give you a complete picture rather than just focusing on one debate that was Indian Weekender.
Not one debate. It's not really about one debate. past 2 years, I've been observing that first you are saying it's for onshore and offshore. The first campaign was one for the onshore people. Again, the pattern is repeating. So I'm just saying now in this campaign, please include the offshore.
Can you see the placard behind me which says "Bring them back"? I think Cher has got one as well. So yeah, so we've had you included from the word go. And I will just reassure and reiterate that we will keep fighting.
Yes, you are reassuring, and I believe you, but it has to come from the leaders, because ultimately they are going to represent the petition and everything and talk it out. And one thing also I noticed that there was a letter written by all the signatures of the legal advisors endorsing the fact that go for split migrant families and go for PhD and all. A similar letter can be initiated by all legal advisors.
Absolutely, it can. And what we ask is that we are all volunteers and we have limited resource. So people like yourselves who publish research articles at international level, I want to give you some homework. Can you draft a letter and then the rest of us can work on it? So maybe that's what needs to happen. You guys need to help us, because there's only so much we can do. So let's start with that.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm putting you on the spot and volunteering you. So we look forward to receiving a draft letter from yourself, and then the teams here can work on it. And I also want to take you back to about beginning of this year, good 6 months ago. Green Party's immigration policy. Please go and have a look at that on their website. That includes offshore migrants in their policy. So please take a look at that too.
It does. All the wordings are there, but now we need that kind of campaign, strong campaign.
Yeah, absolutely.
In all the discussions.
We agree.
In all the discussions.
We absolutely agree. Thank you very much for your time, Sonia. I think I did have Rubika Kapoor who wanted to speak next. So Rubika, if you're back with us, I think you are. You said in your comments. So yeah, please share your situation with us.
Hi, Anu ma'am. This is Rubika.
Hello there.
Hi, ma'am. I would like to tell you that I've been to New Zealand first in 2015,
right,
on a student visa, and my husband came with me. So I completed my graduation in 2016 in applied management level 7. After that, that time, it was like very difficult to get a suitable job for you, because that time we get only 1 year open job search visa.
Yeah.
Somehow I got a job, and then I work for my for work visa. I tried, I find the employer, and I got the job. And after that, that employer, after getting my work visa, he told me that we can't afford you, that you have to look for another job. And after that, struggling, finding another employer, I got the employer and I got the work visa from him. And when it came to in 2018, I got my I got the employer. He helped me for my essential skill visa, and that come for 1 year. And it's been for the whole process, it was 5 years. It took 5 years to get the employer and get an essential skill visa. And for those 5 years, I never been to India. In between, my mother expired, and she was my only parent.
Yeah, very sad.
I was not able to come to India to meet her, just because this visa issues.
Yeah, it ruins lives. It's like no one should have to make a choice between.
Yes.
No
After
one should.
6 years, almost 6 years, I came back to India. My daughter born in New Zealand, and then I wanted to see I wanted to my brother, my sister, the only member left in my family. They wanted to see my child, and then there's only my father-in-law in my in-laws side. He also wanted to see her grandchildren. So we came in January after long 6 years. I came to India so that I can spend some time, because I got the visa for 1 year. So I thought it's better to go as early as the visa starts, so that after coming back, I have to arrange more things. I have to look for another job so that I can get a 3 year essential skill visa. So my flight was about on 24th of March, and the border closed in between, and there was no single information regarding the borders, regarding anything. My certificates, my daughter's my daughter date of birth, birth certificate is there. Her toys are there. Her birthday was in December 2016. She was got 1 year into 2020. So I have her toys unpacked is still there, and I don't know where is my stuff. Like it is divided into 3 houses. I don't know where is my clothes, where is my certificates, where is my jewelry, and where is my children's toys and clothes. And this thing is not like, it is emotionally, the things with your first baby is emotionally attached to you. And it's very hard for me that it's torturing me mentally, physically, and emotionally. Like after spending 6 years paying taxes, everything, I've done a lot of hard work. I'm not able to see my mother.
Look, we really feel for you.
Sorry.
No, don't say sorry. You should. No one should have to apologize. The system, the broken immigration system.
When I've asked New Zealand government to please give, because my file was in process for open job search visa. I've told the immigration officer that it's been 2 months, that if it's an emergency, if you can give me a visa or you can give me a permission to travel to see my mother. So they straightforwardly said that you can go, you can take your passports, but you can't come back to New Zealand. So that time I have to take decision that I have to stay here, because my mother, she wanted to make my life, to make my future, right? I'm at the age of 35. If I have to start anything here, I have to start from scratch, because I'm not doing anything here. Everything is there, right? And it is very hard after having a baby. Like I have to see her future as well, and I have to see our future as well. So we have to start from scratch. I'm asking the government that we have invested the same money, same thing, everything we have all done. We have very hard work, and we've been there, right? We paid taxes, everything. It is not our fault that we have come back to home for vacation, to spend some time with our family. It seems like they have, people think that we are being deported from New Zealand, and we also feel like that they have been deported us. That is why they are not considering us, and there is no fault of our, we don't have any information that time, right?
Yeah.
If
6
we would
hours
have
is
it,
not
then
enough.
we would have come back.
Sure.
Even we have become a joke in our family. Like they said, what are you doing here? We can't do job here properly. We don't have any certificates. And you have listened this from every single person, that if you're going for a vacation, you will not carry your jewelry, your laptop, your
you don't take everything
with you, right?
You just gone for a short break.
You have to come with one bag.
Yes.
My baby was on special formula, and it was when we came here, she was just 1 year old, right? And it was very difficult for me to find the suitable milk for her, because she got stomach problem when I started here. But somehow, yes, she is used to admire this atmosphere now. But it was very hard for everyone. I have heard there was a I think family couple, their children was I think he was having surgery, and he keep on requesting INZ to give them exemption, but they keep on denying. They can't accept us on humanitarian grounds. We wanted to ask, what is our fault? Like we should be considered same as like onshore people. We have
exactly.
I have spent more than 1,500 days in New Zealand continuously. I've never been to India, never been to any other country. I worked there, I lived there, right? And still I'm not considering, like they will not consider us.
Yeah.
And I have to, me, my husband, we have to keep smiling on to our family. And even if we have tears in our eyes, we have to keep smiling, because otherwise our family, they will thought like they will also go for this trauma, this mental situation. We are not earning, ma'am. Yes, we have invested all our savings in New Zealand, like paying rent and paying phone bills, and even now we are not earning, and it is very hard to keep our children, like to send her school, to like we are taking money from our parents. We become burden again on them. And after age of 35, it's very hard to start a life from scratch, because I have invested my crucial years in New Zealand.
Exactly. So Rubika, I'm just going to stop you there, because there's a lot of people and
yes,
couple of hands up.
Understand.
So
yes,
what,
I can understand.
Thank you very much.
We have just
for sharing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like equality for all, extended visas for all offshore migrants, even including expired. My visa is already expired. And we should be allowed in the same residency policy.
Exactly.
And
right.
Yes, the people talking like Jagdeep Dhillon and Sonia Nair, the points are, I'm considering the same points.
Yeah. Exactly right. So what the important thing here that we need to do is that yes, we have made economic contributions, but I think we need to bring out the human side of things here. And we like I said, we are not economic units. The right thing to do for this government is to show compassion and kindness. This is really cruel and inhumane. They've got to look past
and the
money.
Government has made me emotionally weak, because I have one guilt in my life, that I have not seen my mother, just because this NZ government. And still, whenever I talk to anybody, I start crying. It's coming from my heart, because I have seen my life.
I hear you. Hard work. We hear you, and we'll keep campaigning. We'll keep fighting. Thank you very much, Rubika, for sharing
so much,
and
support.
It's very painful, I understand. So next, Sarvjit Singh. I understand that your phone battery is about to run out. So Sarvjit Singh next.
Thank you.
ਹੈਲੋ, ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੈਮ। ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਸ਼ੇਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ।
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਸਰਬਜੀਤ।
ਫਸਟ ਆਫ ਆਲ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਭ ਦਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਚੁੱਕ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ।
ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ।
ਤੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਦੱਸਦਾ। ਮੈਂ 2017 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ, ਜਨਵਰੀ ਮੰਥ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮੇਰੀ 2 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਸੀਗੀ, ਲੈਵਲ 5 ਐਂਡ ਲੈਵਲ 6। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮੈਂ ਹੈਮਿਲਟਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ, ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਕਲੈਂਡ ਮੂਵ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ 2018 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੀਜੈਂਟ ਕਾਲਜ ਵਿੱਚ। ਤਾਂ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੁਛ ਰੀਜ਼ਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹ ਕਾਲਜ ਬੰਦ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ 2018 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੰਦ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ। ਮੇਰਾ ਲਾਸਟ ਸਮੈਸਟਰ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਤੇ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨੇ ਕੁਛ ਵੀ ਨੋਟਿਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਧਾ ਬੰਦ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਾਲਜ, ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਕਾਲਜ ਚੂਜ਼ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕ੍ਰੋਸ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਗੇ। ਬਟ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਕਾਲਜ 'ਚ ਕ੍ਰੋਸ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲੇ, ਨਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਫੀਸ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਮਿਲੀ। ਸਾਡਾ ਉਹ 10 ਤੋਂ 12,000 ਲੱਗੇ ਉਸ ਤੇ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਵੇਸਟ ਹੋ ਗਏ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਫਿਰ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਕਾਲਜ ਲਿਆ 2020 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, 19 ਲਾਸਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੇਰੀ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਕੰਪਲੀਟ ਹੋਈ ਨਵੰਬਰ ਵਿੱਚ। ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਫਿਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਆਪਣਾ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਪਰਮਿਟ ਪਾਇਆ, ਵਰਕ ਪਰਮਿਟ ਪੋਸਟ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਵਰਕ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ। ਉਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 1 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਹੀ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਪੋਸਟ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਵਰਕ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ, ਕਿ ਤੂੰ ਐਲੀਜੀਬਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ, ਤੂੰ ਇਸ ਰੂਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ। ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ 2017 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਸਟਿਲ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਦੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਤੇ ਸੀ। ਬਟ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ 3 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਦਾ ਧੋਖਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਨੇ। ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਈਮੇਲਸ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਵੀ ਪਾਏ, ਲੋਇਰ ਵੀ ਕੀਤਾ। ਲੋਇਰ ਵੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ, ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੰਨ ਰਹੇ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਵਜ੍ਹਾ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਫੈਬਰਰੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 3 ਸਾਲ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਸੀਗੇ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਫਿਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਆਇਆ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਸਟਕ ਹੋ ਗਏ। ਹੁਣ ਮੇਰਾ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਵੀ ਐਕਸਪਾਇਰ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਲਾਸਟ ਈਅਰ ਦਾ। ਕੁਛ ਅੱਗੇ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਕੀ ਕਰੀਏ ਕੀ ਨਹੀਂ। ਤਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਨਵੇਂ ਰੂਲ ਵੀ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਪਾਥਵੇਅਰ ਏਜੰਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਰੂਲ ਕੱਢਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ। ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਉਸਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਨਕਲੂਡ ਹੋਣਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ 3 ਸਾਲ ਤਾਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਰਹਿ ਕੇ ਆਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ। 2 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਹੋਰ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਐਡ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਾ ਸੀ ਵਿੱਚ। ਬਟ ਅਜੇ ਵੀ ਕੁਛ ਅੱਗੇ ਉਮੀਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਕਿ ਹਾਂ ਕੁਛ ਬੋਲਣਗੇ ਜਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ।
ਸੋ ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ ਸਰਬਜੀਤ। ਹਾਂ, ਇਹ ਚੁੱਪ ਕਰਕੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਆ, ਸੋ ਇਹੋ ਹੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਆ। ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵਾਰ ਇਹੋ ਰਿਕੁਐਸਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਕੁਛ ਨਾ ਕੁਝ ਅਨਾਊਂਸ ਕਰੋ। ਅਗਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹੋ ਹੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਵਾਪਸ ਆਉਣ ਦੇਣਾ, ਤਾਂ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਟਰਾਂਸਪੇਰੈਂਸੀ ਕਲੈਰਿਟੀ ਹੋਵੇ ਕਿ ਲੋਕ ਪੀਪਲ ਕੈਨ ਮੂਵ ਔਨ ਵਿਦ ਦੇਅਰ ਲਾਈਵਸ। ਸੋ ਪਰ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵਾਪਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਈਏ। ਸੋ ਉਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਸਟ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਔਰਗਨਾਈਜ਼ ਹੋਇਆ, ਆਈ ਹੋਪ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋਵੋਗੇ ਉੱਥੇ, ਅਗਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਗਏ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਟਾਈਮ ਸਾਰਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਆ ਜਦੋਂ ਕਰਦਾ ਆ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਸਟ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਜਾਓ। ਜੰਤਰ ਮੰਤਰ 'ਤੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਸੀਗੇ 4 ਦਿਨ ਲਗਾਤਾਰ। ਸੋ ਇੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਲੋਕਡਾਊਨ ਖੁੱਲ੍ਹਦਾ ਆ, ਅਸੀਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਰੈਲੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਸਟ ਮਾਰਚ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਇੱਥੇ ਅਗਰ ਕੋਈ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਫਰੈਂਡਸ ਜਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਨੋਨ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰਿਕੁਐਸਟ ਕਰੋ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਬਿਹਾਫ 'ਤੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕਰਨ। ਸੋ we've got to keep fighting until we get an outcome. Thank you very much, Sarvjit. So I am also mindful that we've only got another 20 minutes or so. I see Suresh Kumar has his hand up, so I'm going to invite Suresh next. I just want to quickly acknowledge people who have been commenting on the live stream here. Yes, lots of Migrant Lives Matter, bring us back. People saying, how can I join and share my story? We'll have to do another session again because we're not going to be able to fit you all in this one. And also, this is something that really pains me. A lot of you tag others, including people who are already actually fighting for you. So I don't understand the logic of tagging people who are already doing the work. So, I mean, you guys need to explain. So like I get tagged in lots of things. Cher does, Migrant Workers Association does, Ricardo from the Greens does. You know, these are the people who are already like...
Jagawinda, can you please mute yourself, please? Jagawinda?
Yeah, people who are not speaking, please mute. Also... solidarity from Unite Union in the comments here. Yeah, unions like Unite have been alongside with you all from the very beginning, not just in the last 18 months, from the last 10 or so years that we've been around. So yeah, Suresh Kumar, yes, please unmute yourself and share your story with everybody, please.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Suresh.
Hello, ma'am. Sat Shri Akal.
Sat Shri Akal ji. Sat Shri Akal.
ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਮੈਂ ਨਾ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਦੱਸਦਾ। ਮੈਂ ਨਾ 2016 ਚ ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਆਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਤੇ ਜੀ, ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿ 2020 ਫੈਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਆਇਆ ਮੈਰਿਜ ਕਰਵਾ। ਤੇ 4 ਸਾਲ ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿ ਆਇਆ, ਆਪਣੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਣ ਆਇਆ ਮੈਂ, ਤੇ ਮੈਰਿਜ ਕਰਵਾਉਣ ਆਇਆ। ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਟਕ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਮੈਂ ਜਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਾਇਆ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੋਈ ਮਤਲਬ ਇੰਡੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਨਾ ਵੀ ਬਾਰਡਰ ਕਲੋਜ਼ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਜਾਂ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਆ। ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਾਪਾ ਵੀ ਮਸਕਟ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਵੈਸੇ, ਉਹ ਸਟਕ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ। ਸਟਕ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਲੇਬਰ ਹੀ ਜੋਬ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਲੇਬਰ। ਠੀਕ। ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਵੀ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਚੋਂ ਕੱਢ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਪ੍ਰਾਈਵੇਟ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਸੀਗੀ, ਲੇਬਰ ਸੀਗੇ, ਤੇ 55 ਹੋ ਗਏ, ਏਜਡ ਹੋ ਗਏ, ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵਾਪਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਣ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ। ਤੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਟਕ ਹੋ ਗਏ, ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਟਕ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ। ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਸੋਰਸ ਆਫ ਇਨਕਮ ਹੈ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਚਿਆ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਪਾਪਾ ਕਮਾਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਮੈਂ ਇਕੱਲਾ ਸੀਗਾ। ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਮਤਲਬ ਮੈਂ ਘਰਦਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਪੈਸੇ ਮੰਗਦਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਵੀ ਇੰਨੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ, ਕਿ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਸੀਗੇ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਸੀਗੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਗਾਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ। ਮੈਂ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਕੀਤੀ, ਵਰਕ ਕੀਤਾ, ਜੋ ਵੀ ਹੈ, ਕਿੰਨਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਉੱਥੇ ਮੈਂ ਸਪੈਂਡ ਕੀਤਾ। ਤੇ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਮੈਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਡਿਫਿਕਲਟੀ ਫੇਸ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੇਰੀ ਵਾਈਫ ਹੈ, ਹੁਣ ਮੇਰੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਵੱਧ ਚੁੱਕੀ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਡਿਫਿਕਲਟੀਜ਼ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਤਲਬ ਮੈਂਟਲੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਾਂ। ਇਹ ਕੁਝ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਨਾ, ਮੈਂ ਇੰਨਾ ਫਾਈਨੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲੀ ਮੈਂ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ, ਮੈਂ ਕਿਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਕੰਟਰੀ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਲਾਂ। ਜੀ ਜੀ, ਇੰਨਾ ਫਾਈਨੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲੀ ਮੈਂ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੀ ਕਿਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਕੰਟਰੀ ਅਪਲਾਈ ਕਰਨਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਾਪਾ ਮਸਕਟ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਲੇਬਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ, ਮਤਲਬ 30 ਸਾਲ ਉੱਥੇ ਗੁਜ਼ਾਰੇ। ਉਹ ਵੀ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਸਟਕ ਹੋ ਗਏ, ਮਸਕਟ ਨੇ ਆ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਐਂਟਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੱਤੀ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਐਂਟਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲੀ। ਬਹੁਤ ਹੈਲਪਲੈਸ ਫੀਲ ਕਰਦਾ। ਮੇਰੀ ਮੈਰਿਜ ਹੋ ਗਈ, ਮੈਂ ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿ ਇੰਨਾ ਕੁ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਮੈਂਟਲੀ ਹੋਏਦਾ ਨਾ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਾਂ। ਜੀ ਜੀ, ਤੇ ਬਸ ਇਹੀ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜਲਦੀ ਤੋਂ ਜਲਦੀ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਬੁਲਾਇਆ ਜਾਏ।
ਜੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ, ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਵੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਓਬਵੀਅਸਲੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ 'ਚੋਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਜਗਦੀਪ ਹੋਰੀ ਨੇ, ਜਗਵਿੰਦਰ, ਪ੍ਰਭਜੋਤ, ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਸਟ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਔਰਗਨਾਈਜ਼ ਕੀਤਾ। ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਾਂਗੀ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅਗਰ ਕਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਗਏ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਾਥ ਦਿਓ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਜਾਣੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੋਵਾਂਗੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਸਟ, ਉਨੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਅੱਗੇ ਜਾਏਗੀ। ਬਾਕੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਲਾਸਟ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕਿਹਾ, ਇੱਥੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੁਛ ਔਰਗਨਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਲੋਕ ਵੱਧ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਗੈਦਰ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ। ਸੋ ਅਗਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੋਈ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੁਸ਼ ਕਰੋ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਆ ਕੇ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਹੋਣ। ਬਾਕੀ ਪਟੀਸ਼ਨਸ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਾਈਨ ਕਰੋ, ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰੋ। ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਵੀ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਕਹਿ ਕੇ ਗਏ, ਕੁਛ ਟਵੀਟ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ, ਕੁਛ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅੱਗੇ ਤੋਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਭੇਜੋ। ਸੋ ਇਹੋ ਹੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ਾਂ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਵੀ ਕੈਨ ਜਸਟ ਕੀਪ try to do these things. ਤੇ ਬਾਕੀ stay strong, stay safe, hang on in there, and we will keep fighting for you. Thank you very much, Suresh.
Okay, thank you.
So just to quickly translate for everybody, Suresh was just sharing that he went to India after a long time to get married, and then he got caught out. And then he also shared another really painful, sad situation that his father had always worked as in the workforce in the Middle East in Muscat, and then he was kind of after 30 years of working out of his home country was let go of. And and that's a very, very drastic situation. I can only imagine what kind of stress this family would be going through. We have financial stresses, emotional stresses, and then what I think a lot of you have shared is the social structure that we all live in, the society. That in itself is a huge pressure that maybe sometimes first world countries can't understand that, because the kind of setups and societies we come from, we are kind of in close-knit communities where everybody knows everyone else, and everybody knows each other's business, and they kind of look at so-and-so's son is still here, and such's daughter is still here, and that kind of brings a whole another kind of pressure that only people who go through it, or only people who come from those societies, can understand. So it's not just about economics, it's a lot more than just about financial situations. So I see Swarna Rajeshwari, I'm going to be a bit rude and like people who've already had one go, I'm not going to have time to give them a second go. So Vivek, I see your hand up, so please unmute yourself and share your thoughts with us, please.
Hello ma'am, ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ।
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਵਿਵੇਕ।
Ma'am, I'd like to go in Punjabi only if it's okay.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਠੀਕ। ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਤੇ ਮੈਮ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ 2014 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਜੀ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮੈਂ 3 ਵਾਰੀ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਕਰ ਲਈ ਜੀ ਉੱਥੇ। ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਮੈਂ ਮਤਲਬ ਮਾਊਂਟ ਏਡਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਾਲਜ ਸੀਗਾ ICNZ ਕਰਕੇ, ਉੱਥੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਪੂਰਾ ਕੋਰਸ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਕੰਪਲੀਟ, ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਲਾਸਟ ਡੇ ਗਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਆਪਣੀ ਡਿਗਰੀ ਲੈਣ ਦੀ ਜੀ। ਤੇ ਲਾਸਟ ਡੇ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉੱਥੇ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਾ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਾਲਜ ਹੈਗਾ ਜੀ ਉਹ ਸ਼ਟ ਡਾਊਨ ਹੋਣ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ, ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਅਸਾਈਨਮੈਂਟਸ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਰਿਵਿਊ ਹੋਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ। ਤੇ ਮੈਮ ਇੰਨਾ ਡਿਸਹਾਰਟਨਿੰਗ ਆ ਜੀ। ਦੇਖੋ 1 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਮਤਲਬ ਬੰਦੇ ਦਾ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਮੂਹਰੋਂ ਨਿਕਲ ਗਿਆ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। ਹਾਰਡ ਅਰਨਡ ਮਨੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ, ਬਾਹਰਲੇ ਦੇਸ਼ਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਰੇ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਕਰਕੇ ਪੈਸਾ ਕਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਪੈਸਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਏਦਾਂ ਵੇਸਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ। ਐਂਡ ਦੇਖੋ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਜੀ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਦੀਆਂ ਪੋਲਿਸੀਜ਼ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਕੀ ਆ, ਕਿ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੰਸੀਡਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਵੇਟ ਕਾਲਜਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਤਲਬ ਖੁੱਲਣ ਦੀ ਆਜ਼ਾਦੀ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਠੀਕ ਆ। ਕਾਲਜ ਖੋਲਦੇ ਆ, ਕਾਲਜ ਮਤਲਬ ਸਭ ਕੁਛ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ, ਕਈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੈਸ਼ਨਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਾਸ ਆਊਟ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਗਏ, ਤੇ ਲਾਸਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਅੱਧਾ ਸੈਸ਼ਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਏਦਾਂ ਅਟਕਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੋ। ਮਤਲਬ ਦੇਖੋ ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਨਿਆਣਿਆਂ ਦਾ 1 ਸਾਲ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਜੀ, ਉੱਤੋਂ ਨਿਆਣਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਮਾਏ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰੋਂ ਲਏ ਆ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਵੇਸਟ ਹੋ ਗਏ। ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਟਾਈਮ ਪੀਰੀਅਡ ਏਦਾਂ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਜੀ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। ਤੇ ਦੂਜਾ ਹੁਣ ਦੇਖੋ ਜਦੋਂ ਪੈਸੇ ਕਮਾਉਣ ਦਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਆਇਆ, ਮੇਰੇ ਵਰਗੇ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਹੋਣੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ 2014 2015 ਦੇ ਗਏ ਹੋਣੇ ਆ, ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਕਿਤੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਸਾਹ ਆਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਮਤਲਬ ਜੌਬ ਸਰਚ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਲੱਗੇ ਹੋਣੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਪੈਸੇ ਕਮਾ ਲੈਣ। ਤੇ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਪੀਰੀਅਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਮ ਹਲੇ ਮੈਂ 1 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਹੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਤੇ ਮੈਂ 2020 ਫੈਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਵੈਡਿੰਗ ਕਰਵਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਆਪਣੀ ਮੈਰਿਜ ਤੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਐਂਡ ਦੇਖੋ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਕਿਸ ਘੜੀ ਆਏ ਸੀਗੇ ਤੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਇੱਥੇ ਫਸ ਗਏ ਆ। ਤੇ ਆਈ ਜਸਟ ਵਾਂਟ ਟੂ ਮੇਕ ਰਿਕੁਐਸਟ ਟੂ ਐਵਰੀਬਾਡੀ ਇਨ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਐਂਡ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲੀ ਟੂ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਉੱਥੇ, ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਟੈਂਡ ਬਾਏ ਕਰੋ। ਐਂਡ ਸ਼ੇਰ ਭਾਈ ਨੂੰ ਦਿਲੋਂ ਥੈਂਕਸ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਜੀ, ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦਿਲੋਂ ਥੈਂਕਸ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਇੰਨਾ ਐਫਰਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ। ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਫਸੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ, ਈਵਨ ਦੇ ਆਰ ਨੋਟ ਕੰਸਰਨਡ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਤਲਬ ਉੱਥੇ ਐਫਰਟ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਲਗਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਆਪਣੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮਾਧਿਅਮ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਕਿ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਆਓ, ਅੱਗੇ ਵਧੋ, ਹੱਥ 'ਚ ਹੱਥ ਫੜੋ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਦਾ, ਠੀਕ ਆ, ਤੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਬੁਲੰਦ ਕਰੋ। ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਲਈ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੱਕਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੱਕਣੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ। ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਦੇਖ ਰਿਹਾ ਵੀ 20-22 ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਲੋਕੀ ਵੱਧਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ। ਈਵਨ ਗਰੁੱਪਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ ਵੱਧ ਕੇ। So I just want to request everybody, please come forward and raise voice for yourself, not for like somebody else, but do it for yourself.
Exactly.
ਤੇ ma'am, I mean, I just want to thank you Sherpa ji and everybody ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਚੱਕ ਰਹੇ, ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਖੜੋ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਐਫਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹੋ। ਤੇ I just want to thank everyone.
Thank you very much, Vivek. Vivek said he's been student 3 times over in New Zealand, and again he'd gone back to get married, and we all know education has been like, this government was before lockdown earning like $5 billion a year from just international students. So a huge industry. So at the end of it, students get anywhere from 1 to 3 years of open post-study work visa. That is their time to recover some of that, and pay off their debts. So people like Vivek have lost out on that, and many other students have. So once you sort of finish your education, many people, and then people should be allowed to do that, get married, have a companion, have a partner. That's how life goes. But a lot of people have been caught out and stuck offshore, and now they feel like that, they've made the wrong decision, and they feel like they've been punished rather than enjoying each other's company, newly married people. So it's just so it hurts. It's very hurtful. And I just want to mention here, and Vivek also mentioned how one of his colleges, like once he finished and as he was about to get his qualification, his certificate, he was suddenly told that, this college, there's something wrong with it, and, there's all these investigations by NZQA and what have you. And that, Sher is now gone, but Sher and Mandeep Singh from, he used to be First Union, we have together fought so many situations like that where NZQA comes in, shuts down the college or closes off a part of the course, and then students are just left with nothing. So there was Tasman College, there were New Zealand National College, Eden. So there have been so many where we've been able to help, to the extent that colleges then realized that, we will just offer what these activists are asking for. It became a bit of a benchmark, which was good. And also, we don't have that situation to that extent anymore. But the point is that those students should never have been burnt like that in the first place. At the time, National Party government, 9 years, let all these dodgy colleges open up. So anyway, I digress into another direction. We will get back to Mandeep Singh. You've been requesting to speak for quite some time now. So if you're still with us, go Mandeep. It's your turn next. Hello, is Mandeep with us still? Yes, he is. Mandeep Singh. Please share your situation with us all. Okay, if anyone else would like to go in the meantime, say some words or put your request forward, please just put your hand up, and then I can call your name out. If not, hello? Oh, hi. We have Mandeep. Yes, Mandeep, go next. Hello. Yes, we can all hear you. Yes.
Thank you for you to host this meeting, firstly.
You're welcome.
Hello. Yep. Actually, I want to share my story.
Yes.
I've been in New Zealand in 2013.
Yep.
So thereafter, I have done 2 years of my diploma in computing.
Right.
I got 1 year open study work visa, the open work visa.
Yep.
So I was able to secure 2 year work visa thereafter in an ICT company.
Yep.
And thereafter, in again 2018, I got visa assisted my employer.
Right.
And so in 2020 last year, I came to India for my own marriage.
Right.
So that was on end of January.
Right.
And so I was for the first time I visit India after like 6-7 years.
And
it's
a long time.
Thereafter, I just got stuck over there, and so New Zealand government haven't told me like when to come back, and it doesn't give us any time to come back, and all my belongings are over there. And so I just want to request government and just government to let us back. And for everybody, people stuck over here, just join together and just make a good voice.
Very good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mandeep. We can have one last person share their story, and then what I'll do is I'll summarize and wrap up. So just put your hand up if anyone, one last person wants to share their situation. There are
yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Maybe it's my turn.
Yes.
Jagvinder here.
Yes. Go, Jagvinder. Welcome.
Yes, I wanted to just say first, thank you very much for your efforts.
You're
and
welcome.
I just want to give a message to all of my friends who are just attending this meeting, and whoever just listen this meeting after finish this meeting. Right. I just want to say, just be together. If we will not be together, and nobody will listen us. Exactly. Like I'm just Sherpa ji ne kya hai. If we say someone to just retweet or just comment on some post, people just tell us like why we are saying this again and again and again.
Yeah,
they are doing.
Hello, Jagvinder.
Hello, ma'am.
We lost you just for a couple of seconds. Yeah, carry on. Continue. Okay, I don't know what's going on. We keep losing Jagvinder. Hello, Jagvinder, are you still with us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe there's a delay.
Better I can speak in Punjabi.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ
ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ
ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਖਿਆਲ ਜਾਂ ਤੇ ਸਿਗਨਲ 'ਚ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਡ੍ਰੌਪ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ
ਜੀ
ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੀ ਆ ਕੋਈ ਕਰੀਏ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਸੋ ਪੀਪਲ ਹੂ ਆਰ ਨਾਟ ਸਪੀਕਿੰਗ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਾਈਕਸ ਮਿਊਟ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਸੋ ਚੰਗਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਔਨ ਲਾਈਵ ਸੁਣ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਜਗਵਿੰਦਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੈ ਕੋਈ ਸੋ what I am actually going to do is we will have another one of these sessions so for now I might just wrap up Jagvinder Jagvinder do we still have you with us
yes ma'am I'm here
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫਿਰ ਕਰੋ ਆਪਣੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੰਪਲੀਟ ਕਰੋ ਹਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਹੈਗੇ 2-4 ਮਿੰਟ
ਮੈਮ ਬਸ ਜਸਟ ਮੈਮ ਜਸਟ ਇਹ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹਨਾ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਆਫਸ਼ੋਰ ਸਟਾਕ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਆਪਣੇ ਲਈ ਐਟਲੀਸਟ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਕੱਢ ਲਓ ਇਹ ਬੜਾ ਕ੍ਰੂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਲਈ ਇਹ ਸਿਰਫ 1-2 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਹੀ ਕਹਿ ਲਓ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਖੁੱਲਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਜੋ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਕਰੀਏ
ਠੀਕ
ਹੈ ਜੀ ਬਾਕੀ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਟੋਰੀ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਵਾਈਫ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਟਕ ਹੋਇਆ ਪਿਛਲੇ 18 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਤੋਂ I was doing a job in bank and I left my job and after that 18 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਤੋਂ I am just free sitting home so even I can't go to join the bank back because everyone know one day I will go back to New Zealand because my wife is there so even I can't join the bank as well
very 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 sad it's inhumane ਮਤਲਬ ਇਹ ਗੈਰ ਮਨੁੱਖੀ ਵਰਤਾਰਾ ਆ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਪਰਿਵਾਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੋੜ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਣਾ so this country is signatory New Zealand is signatory to many United Nations conventions including like rights of a child and various other things, human rights. So I think that's another avenue we need to pursue so we can bring in all those international obligations and make this government realize.
Maybe New Zealand government just setting an example that some government don't have a humanitarian ਵਿਵਹਾਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਇਹ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਜਸਟ ਆਫਸ਼ੋਰ ਮਾਈਗ੍ਰੈਂਟ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵਾਇਰਸ ਮਤਲਬ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆ ਸਕਦਾ ਆ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ they close the borders, they even don't giving permission to anyone, but we are thinking how coronavirus again comes in New Zealand again and again. ਸਾਰੇ border ਬੰਦ ਹੈ after that ਅਗਰ corona ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਆਫਸ਼ੋਰ ਤਾਂ ਇਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਹੈਗੇ।
ਯੈਸ ਹਾਂ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਗਲਤ ਆ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਫਸ਼ੋਰ ਨੋਨ ਸਿਟੀਜ਼ਨ ਨੋਨ ਰੈਜ਼ੀਡੈਂਟ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਖਤਰਾ ਹੈ ਦੈਟਸ ਨਾਟ ਕਰੈਕਟ ਇਟਸ ਅਨਸਾਇੰਟਿਫਿਕ ਇਟਸ ਟੋਟਲੀ ਅਨਸਾਇੰਟਿਫਿਕ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਠੀਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਗੱਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਜਗਵਿੰਦਰ ਜੇ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਫਿਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਰੈਪ ਅਪ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਫਿਰ
ਜੀ ਅਗਰ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਬਈ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿ ਦਿਓ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਬੋਲ ਸਕਦਾ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਬੋਲੋ ਹੁਣ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੈਗਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਟੋਰੀ ਰੱਖਣ ਦਾ ਆਪਣੀ ਗੱਲ ਰੱਖਣ ਦਾ ਮੌਕਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ ਬਾਅਦ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਈ ਜਣੇ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਵੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਆ ਹੁਣ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਸਾਰੇ ਬੋਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ
ਯੈਸ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਆਈ ਮੀਨ if you want to speak in your own language Hindi Punjabi or any other languages that I may not understand but there'll be people out there who do just put your hand up and we'll have you on okay
I think nobody want to speak
okay all right Chiranjeev Sahota please share your thoughts
ਹੈਲੋ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਮੈਮ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਚਿਰੰਜੀਵ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਮੈਮ ਮੈਂ 2016 ਚ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਫਸਟ ਟਾਈਮ
ਜੀ
ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਲੈਵਲ 7 ਲਈ
ਰਾਈਟ
ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਉਹ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ 1 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਓਪਨ ਵਰਕ ਪਰਮਿਟ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ
ਰਾਈਟ
ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਸੈਪਟੈਂਬਰ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅਕਤੂਬਰ ਚ ਗਏ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਿਰ 3 ਸਾਲ ਦੇ ਓਪਨ ਵਰਕ ਪਰਮਿਟ ਲੱਗੇ ਵੀ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਡੇਅਰੀ ਫਾਰਮਿੰਗ ਜੌਬ ਲੱਭੀ ਡੇਅਰੀ ਫਾਰਮਿੰਗ ਜੌਬ ਕੀਤੀ more than 2.5 year ਮੇਰਾ ਡੇਅਰੀ ਫਾਰਮਿੰਗ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਹੋਇਆ
ਰਾਈਟ
ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ 2019 ਚ ਮੈਂ ਆ ਕੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਮੈਰਿਜ ਕਰਾਈ ਆਪਣੀ
ਰਾਈਟ
2019 ਫੈਬ ਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਮੈਰਿਜ ਕਰਾਈ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਵੀਕ ਕਰਕੇ ਫਿਰ ਅਪ੍ਰੈਲ ਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਫਾਈਲ ਲਾਤੀ ਵੀ ਵਾਈਫ ਦੀ ਸਪਾਊਸ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ
ਜੀ
ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਮ ਉਹਦਾ ਰਿਜ਼ਲਟ ਆਇਆ ਵੀ 10-11 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਰਿਫਿਊਜ਼ ਕਰਤੀ ਵੀ ਵਾਈਫ ਦੀ ਫਾਈਲ
ਰਾਈਟ
ਇੰਨਾ ਵੇਟ ਕਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਵੀ ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਰਿਫਿਊਜ਼ ਕਰਤੀ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੀ ਆ ਮੈਮ
ਜੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ
ਮੰਨ ਲਓ ਨਵਾਂ ਵਿਆਹ ਹੋਇਆ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਥੋੜਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਇਮੋਸ਼ਨਲੀ ਵੀ ਹਰਟ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਇੰਨਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਵੇਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਵੀ ਕੰਟਰੀ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਰਿਫਿਊਜ਼ ਕਰਤਾ
ਜੀ ਜੀ
ਫਿਰ ਉਦੋਂ ਟੁੱਟ ਗਏ ਸੀ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਮੁੜ ਕੇ ਆਇਆ ਵੀ ਚਲੋ ਅੱਗੇ ਦੇਖਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਆਇਆ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਫੈਬ ਚ ਆਇਆ ਸੀ ਤੇ 25 ਮਾਰਚ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਵਾਪਸ ਜਾਣਾ ਸੀ ਤੇ 20 ਨੂੰ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਲਾਕਡਾਊਨ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ 5 ਦਿਨ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਜਾਣ ਤੋਂ ਤੇ ਮੈਮ ਵੀ ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਫਰਸਟ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਲੈਵਲ ਹੀ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਲੈਵਲ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਫੇਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਡੇਲੀ ਦਾ ਉਹੀ ਫਿਰ ਰਿਲੇਟਿਵ ਸਿੱਧਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਤੂੰ ਬਾਹਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਤੂੰ PR ਹੁੰਦਾ ਏਦਾਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਏਦਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਬਣਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਇਮੋਸ਼ਨਲੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇਫੈਕਟ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਬਹੁਤ ਔਖਾ ਨਿਕਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਸਾਡਾ
ਜੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ
ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਆਹੀ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਆ ਮੈਮ ਵੀ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਕੁਝ ਡਿਸੀਜਨ ਲਵੇ ਐਟਲੀਸਟ ਕੁਝ ਛੋਟੀ ਦਾ ਦਵੇ ਵੀ ਕੁਝ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਜਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੁਣ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਨਵਰੀ ਚ ਦੱਸਾਂਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਵੀ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਔਖਾ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜਨਵਰੀ ਚ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਉਹਨੇ ਦੱਸ ਦਿਓ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਕੀ ਆ
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਉਹ ਲਟਕਾਰੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾ ਉਹ ਅਨਸਰਟਨਟੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਐਂਡ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਦੈਟਸ ਵਾਟ ਦ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਇਜ਼
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਜਨਵਰੀ ਚ ਦੱਸੂਗੇ ਵੀ ਕੀ ਦੱਸੂਗੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਹੁਣੇ ਦੱਸ ਦਿਓ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਗਲੀ ਜੁਲਾਈ ਚ ਸੱਦੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਥੋੜੀ ਕਰਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜਦ ਲਓ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਕੰਟਰੀ ਨੂੰ ਸੇਵ ਕਰੋ ਬਟ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਤਾਂ ਦੱਸੋ ਵੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਕੀ ਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੀ ਸੱਦਣਾ ਚਾਹ ਰਹੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਫਸ਼ੋਰ ਦਾ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਖਣਾ ਤੇ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਤਾਂ ਕਰੋ ਵੀ ਬੰਦੇ ਰੋਜ਼ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵੱਲ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਡਿਸੀਜਨ ਦਓਗੇ ਕੁਝ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਕੁਝ ਕਰੂਗਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਇੰਨਾ ਪੈਸਾ ਲਾਇਆ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਇੰਨਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਉੱਥੇ ਲਾਇਆ ਵੀ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਸੀ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਇੰਨੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਕੰਟਰੀ ਆ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਲਈ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਲਈ ਪਰ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਹੋਰ ਹੀ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ
ਐਗਜ਼ੈਕਟਲੀ ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹੋ ਹੀ ਰਿਕੁਐਸਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਸਟੇ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਆਈ ਨੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਆਸਾਨ ਹੈ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚੋਂ ਨਿਕਲ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਉਹ ਕਾਫੀ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲ ਆ ਬਟ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੋਲ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਵੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਹੈ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਵਾਂਗੇ ਸੋ ਇਹੋ ਕਹਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਯੂਨਾਈਟਿਡ ਰਹੋ ਜੁੜੇ ਰਹੋ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੋਰ ਇਸ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ 'ਚੋਂ ਲੰਘ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ 'ਚ ਸੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਨੈਕਟਿਡ ਰਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੋ ਵੀ ਵਿਲ ਕੀਪ ਫਾਈਟਿੰਗ ਯੂ fighting for you rather, not fighting you. So we'll keep fighting this government until we get justice. So what I'm going to do is wrap up now, finish up. Thank you very much. Thank you each and every one of you for joining today and for being brave enough to share your stories and putting yourself out there. It's not easy. It's a big thing. We're feeling hurt, and despite that, we've got the courage to share all our pain and share our situations. So what the themes that have come out of today's session, each and every one of you has contributed to this country, not just economically. We contribute with our skills. We are the fabric of society in Aotearoa. This country is where we normally live, and you got caught out because of the lockdown, and all of you had just stepped out for a short time. Various reasons people have to travel, people getting married, people meeting sick family members, people attending another occasions, people who hadn't taken a break for years and years, people who had never been back to their home countries after arriving here. Unfortunately, some people had family members who were very sick and passed away. So all genuine, valid reasons for leaving New Zealand for a short time. And, when we travel like that, we don't take all of our belongings with us. So nearly every person that has been here with me today has said that, all my personal belongings are still in New Zealand. My certificates are there. Items of sentimental value, jewelry, other personal belongings that I'm attached to are there. My child's toys are still in New Zealand. And I know many of you are still paying rent here, or other people who can't afford to pay rent, they have had to put things in storage. And other people have had friends come and, store their things in their homes. So, what I'm saying is that your lives are here. So it makes sense for this government to let you come back. Like each and every one of you has said and understands that you're not asking for the border to be reopened. You're just asking the government to tell you when you can come back. And I think all of you are double vaccinated as well. So, and when you come here, you will go through MIQ like everybody else. Or most other people apart from you if you're coming from a very safe zone. So and you will pay for the MIQ. That's another sad thing, but that's how it is. So all we ask is some transparency, some clarity, and talk to us. Tell us where we stand. And we don't want to bring COVID into New Zealand, so that's why we're not asking for the border to be reopened. Because in the past, every time we've raised this issue, the Minister of Immigration and the government has been very quick. Oh, you guys are asking for the borders to be reopened. Never have we asked for that. Never, ever. So in the meantime, all I can say is we promise that we will keep fighting. We will keep fighting to our last breath. And I urge you all to stay safe, to stay strong. I know it's difficult, and I know there are pressures from family, and it's not just about losing out financially. It's the whole stress and pressure that comes from families, from society, and everything. The countries that many migrants come from, it's a big deal. It's a huge privilege to be able to live somewhere like in New Zealand, and then to be stuck out of New Zealand for more than 18 months, for nearly 2 years. People wonder what's going on. Not everybody straight away understands how politics works and how this government is dealing with the situation. So, and the note I'm going to leave it on is keep talking, keep sharing. And what we will do is we will very soon have another session like this, where what we will do is people who've already participated and spoken today, I will request that they let others have a chance next time. So people who have not been able to speak today, there will be another session. So we will put the word out through our usual channels, our Facebook page, Migrant Workers Association. So you'll see information there. And those of you who have been organizing and attending protests in countries that you're stranded in, please keep doing that. Obviously, wherever COVID restrictions allow, please keep doing that. And it's just unfortunate that we have, for the last 2+ months, we've been restricted, so we've not been able to take any action like that. And I know here onshore, outside of Auckland, other cities where people are in level 2 and they're allowed up to 100 gatherings of 100. And I know people onshore who've been excluded, left behind from this new residence visa. They are very, very eager to protest. And we have faced some mild opposition from people, and I can understand that. I can understand the frustration and the anger, but time and time again we keep saying this is not the right time to protest. Hey people, just wait. We got to wait. We have to strategize. And yeah, I know. Just imagine if things were to go wrong, and if one of the protests was to be an event that causes further community outbreaks of COVID. We will never hear the end of it. We will never be allowed to forget that. So I think, and also, most of, like, more than 25% of the population of New Zealand lives in Auckland, and that's where most of the migrants are. So just imagine, you feel left out because you're not eligible for this new residence visa. Now, if you go and protest, leaving all the others out in Auckland, they will feel just like you do, being left out. So that is not a collective, that is not a united action, that is not a show of strength. So it's better to be safe than sorry. Let's not give anyone, especially this government, an opportunity to defame or denigrate migrants. So I would just urge everybody to just wait a little. And I do see one or two comments here as well. A comment from, which is going around quite a lot. It's a copy-paste, Scott Michelson. We'll talk more about protest steps. Yeah, excellent. Yes, we should. This is the time to actually discuss, plan, strategize, talk to people. I'm not saying that, what we do is perfect or 100% right, but I was just, the other day I was counting the key members of our campaign and people who we work with. Between like about 7-8 of us, there's 150 years worth of experience of activism and protest. So I think that stands for something. So maybe come and talk to us and discuss. We're open to discussions. We're not saying that our way is the right way. Always open to discussion. Let's talk about this. And in this comment, freedom. What are we saying? This group is more focused on protest and action plans. Now you're freedom and free to share anything, any thoughts. Everyone welcome. We will talk more about protest steps. You are free from everyone. No other leaders' influence. I mean, I don't know what the intention of this comment is. I'm just going to leave it there. But please come and talk to us. Obviously not physically, online. You can always message us and discuss what your thoughts and your ideas are, what your strategy is. So the whole thing with being able to protest with up to 100 people in places mostly outside of Auckland, every person who came to us with that idea, we were yes, that's very good, we should do it. But protests are public events, and you're in a public place. What is your backup plan if you have more than 100 people turn up? No one has been able to provide us with an answer or a backup plan. So that's why we are nervous of protesting at the moment. So, let's stay safe. Let's stay strong. People who are offshore, please stay together. I would say stop thinking about visa categories. The way to stay connected and united is like you are all stranded offshore. Doesn't matter what visa category, you are all stranded offshore. So that is what you need to think about. And you all need to ask this government to extend your visas and tell you how much longer you have to wait when you will be brought back. Never mind, to me, all human beings are equal, whether someone studied a level 4 course or somebody's doing a PhD. To me, you are both equally respectable, and it doesn't matter whether you are doing a job that gives you fame internationally, or you are working as a cleaner in a hospital, for example. For me, both of you are equally respected, and you are equal in terms of human beings, because we are all born, we all die, we all bleed the same color. I don't usually like to classify people in that way. So let's stay together and fight together, and keep raising our voices. Make sure you keep telling people who have influence, keep telling MPs, whether they are from opposition or they are from the government, keep talking to them. The other thing I would say is people who are actually working for you, people who have been campaigning for you for years and years, I kind of still fail to understand why you keep tagging them. But anyway, let's keep going with it. There are various petitions going around. Keep signing and sharing those petitions. And I'm going to leave it at that note. Have a good night. Have a safe night. Good night.